still standing, we take the third stanza as our prayer. O God of all creation, grant these our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Let's be seated, please. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome all of you. I'd like to recognize and welcome here the Chairman, House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, Honorable Ahmed Jaha. Let's put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome the Honorable Commissioner of Insurance, Mr. Olusegun Moshe. I welcome you, sir. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome here the man that made this venue possible. He's a prince, and so he has to operate from the palace. The President and Chairman of Council, Prince Babatunde OGUNTADE, FCIB. I welcome you. The Deputy President, Mrs. Ekeoma Ezeibe, is also here with us. I welcome you. Thank you very much. The Vice President, Mrs. Olufunke Adenusi, FCIB, is also here with us. Let me now welcome the wife of the President, Dr. Remi Oguntade, here with us. President, there's a long distance. Okay, that's official. All right. For being official, can we put our hands together for Madam a second time? Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome here the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Malam Shehu Mohammed, MRI, FCA, and these are, let me welcome our guest speaker. I met him earlier and was attracted by his very distinguished look. He's our guest speaker and the chairman of Sahara Group, Mr. Kola Adeshino. I'd like to welcome some of our past presidents that are here. Prince Feishayo Shuyewu, FCIB MFR. I welcome you. Alhaji Dr. Teslim Sanusi, FCIB OFR. Mr. Shola Tinubu, FCIB. Dr. Remi Alo, FCIB, Pioneer Executive Secretary. Let me also welcome here the current Executive Secretary, Mr. Tokwe Adaramola, is there with us. He's a big man, but he's in this cubicle. I welcome you. Let me welcome all the fellows that are in the room, council members, and all of you professional brokers that are here. Welcome to this conference. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2024 National Insurance Brokers Conference and Exhibition. Since the coming of insurance to Nigeria in 1921, with the first insurance company, the Royal Exchange Assurance Company, there are a few years that are of significance to brokers. We have 1962, when it was the Nigeria Corporation of Insurance Brokers. we have 1967 when it was incorporated. But clearly when the act came on to have the national insurance brokers, then that was 2003. But for me, 2024 is also very convenient, very significant, because for the very first time, the national conference is holding at the banquet hall or the presidential villa. I know this place is insured, but with the presence of all of you professional brokers, I think there'll be need for multiple insurance policy for this building and the presidential villa. So I welcome all of you, and I say thank you to the president for making this possible. This year's conference is focused on insurance as an untapped gold mine. Experience has shown that no meaningful development can happen without insurance as a critical component. And that's what we will unlock today at this conference as we move seamlessly into dinner later in the evening. Insurance is a gold mine, or some will call it the alternative oil well. But this is what we will unlock at this conference. So I welcome all of you. The president of CIN, Mrs. Yetunde Lori, is also here with us. Where is she? Okay, all right. Jankara Osman, Deputy Commissioner, and Ekerete, Deputy Commissioner, they are all here. I welcome you. We have Deputy Commissioners of Insurance, Technical, Dr. Usman Jankara. Where are you, sir? I welcome you, sir. Thank you very much. And Deputy Commissioner of Insurance, Finance and Admin, Mr. Kerete Ola. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So without much ado, let me welcome here the President and Chairman of Council, Prince Babatunde Oguntade, FCIB, to welcome all of us to this conference.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, CFI Nigeria, Mr. Segun Moshain, Deputy Commissioner Technical, Dr. Usman Jankara, and Deputy Commissioner Finance and Admin, my brother, Olawoye Gamikon. You are welcome. And the current custodian of our certificates, Mrs. Yetunde Olubumi Lori, President CIN. You are welcome, madam. I want to welcome my forerunners here seated. Iconic Prince, Dr. Feyi Shayo, Samuel Shoyewo, MFR, FCIB. Our father, Dr. Teslim Adekunle Sanusi, FCIB. And my brother, Alhaji Semi Olushola Tinubu, FCIB. The pioneer scribe of the council, Dr. Abraham Aderemialo. Of course, I'm sure my deputy and my vice presidents will not be too upset that I jumped protocol. Let me welcome my colleague in the presidency, my friend and 3-in-1, Ekelma Ezebe, Esther Ezebe, FCIB. And of course, the Vice President, Mrs. Olufunke Abidemi Adenusi, MNI, FCIB. This room was filled with MNIs at a time ago. You're welcome, my dear sister. My beloved wife, friend, confidant, Dr. Oluremi Caroline Oguntade. My brother who agreed despite, I hope our bill is not in trouble. You know, you are part of us now. Right, Honorable? You are part of us, you must tolerate me. To talk where? No, we know now, we know where the power rests. Let me recognize our brother, our friend, the Chairman House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, Right Honorable Ahmadu Usman Jaha. FCIB in waiting. And let me recognize Mr. Kola Adeshino, the lead speaker for this year's conference. Mr. Adeshino, we cannot appreciate you enough. I thank you, I thank you. I know you have come under great constraints, knowing your schedule for today and tomorrow. God bless you. Distinguished colleagues, members of our governing board, our area committee chairmen, leaders of thoughts of our council. Okay, I just saw the second female president, Dr. Mrs. Christiana Bola Onigbogi, FCIB. You are welcome, ma'am. I am deeply honored to welcome you all to the 2004 National Insurance Brokers Conference and Exhibition, holding here at the prestigious banquet hall of the State House, Abuja, the capital city of our great nation. Today's conference marks a significant milestone in our journey towards advancing the insurance industry in Nigeria, hence the choice of this venue. We decided to invade the presidency with the gospel of insurance and to reinstate the fact that without insurance, there cannot be any sustainable economy. Insurance being the bedrock of the economy gives assurance to postulations and policy endorsements that may be coming in respect of our nation. Before I proceed, permit me to first express my deepest appreciation to God Almighty, who has graciously granted us the grace of journey mercies from our different primary locations across the nation to Abuja. I was overwhelmingly excited when I saw the great turnout of members from all over the cities of the country, in spite of various challenges that we are currently facing. Also, permit me to use this medium to appreciate our distinguished guests who are present here today. Sorry, gentlemen, Professor Ayomotayo is around. He has just to do one or two things upstairs. Professor Ayomotayo happens to be one of the speakers, and he is designated currently as the Director General of NIPS Kuru. He will be with us shortly. Despite the busy schedule of our invited dignitaries and the call of office, political, social, and business, they found time to be with us. My speech this morning will not be complete if I do not dedicate a conspicuous space to appreciate our sponsors. I'd like to particularly appreciate management and staff of Lead Reassurance Company Limited, Salam Nigeria Insurance, Anchor Insurance, and their chief executive officers for continuous support for our council. We appreciate the support and we look forward to more. Permit me also to appreciate our distinguished guest speaker once again and discussants who are physically here to discharge this responsibility in spite of their busy schedules. We have gathered here today to share knowledge, to explore, innovate, and bring solutions, and forge strategic partnerships that will propel our industry forward. Like I said earlier, the choice of this venue and the choice of the themes are significant. Speakers, you are carefully chosen. I'm sorry, I have to follow protocol. I'm not used to reading things, but I've been constrained by protocol. Our industry can no longer remain the shadow of itself. Someone needs to be intentional in taking the industry out of the blighted imagery that we have been undervalued for too long, especially as it concerns our relevance to national development. No nation develops beyond its level of insurance appreciation. As the bedrock, insurance being the bedrock of the economy, gives assurance to the satisfaction of policy statements that are usually issued. The insurance industry is the major source of investable funds in other national economies, and in fact, they own banks in other climes. But this is not the case in Nigeria. We appear to be the poor cousin of our brothers in the financial landscape. I want to specifically appreciate the various initiatives of the present administration in rejigging the insurance industry, especially through a more favorable legislation. It is hoped that when the insurance bill before the National Assembly is passed and assented by the President, the situation will change. I would like to acknowledge the tireless efforts of our members whose dedication and professionalism have been instrumental in shaping the insurance landscape in Nigeria. Your commitment to excellence and customer satisfaction as insurance brokers and the only professional intermediary in insurance value chain is the bedrock of our industry growth. I would like to encourage you never to relent, but to further uphold the tenet of the profession. This is the auspicious avenue for me to note that insurance brokers play vital roles in the nation's economic development. Serving as risk managers, financial intermediaries, and economic advisors, we facilitate economic growth by enhancing financial inclusion and deepening insurance penetration through our extensive network of professional operation. Our principal role includes, but not limited to mitigating risks and protecting businesses, individuals and government assets by supporting infrastructural development through innovative risk transfer solutions. We foster entrepreneurship and SME growth through tailored insurance products and contribute to national economic stability and resilience. The conference offers a unique platform to engage with thought leaders, experts, and peers, sharing insights on the latest trends, challenges, and opportunities in the insurance sector. Our carefully curated program features keynote address, panel discussions, technical sessions, and exhibitions showcasing cutting-edge products and services. The theme of this year's conference, Insurance, the Untapped Goldmine, reflects our focus on navigating the complexities of our industry, embracing technology, and capitalizing on emerging opportunities. We will explore topics such as renewed hope in food security, the insurance perspective, a glance at the transformation agenda of the present government, as well as insurance and the blue economy, connecting the North. We are conscious of the government's efforts to take the nation to her El Dorado. The role and importance of insurance cannot be undermined in this process. Government should see insurance industry as valuable partners in this journey. Well, what we're trying to say is that the three topics, starting with the theme, insurance and the untapped gold mine, we're going to be foreclosing on the government agenda now through food security. And of course, we are looking at the new industry of marine and blue economy. Shortly, we shall be having the Minister for Marine and Blue Economy with us, and we are going to have a guest speaker in that respect. This is a new area that we think our members should get some measure of expertise and for which we are deeply interested. We shall be deliberate in focusing on whatever communiques are issued at the end of this conference. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of our nation, our industry remains committed to its core values of integrity, professionalism, and service. We will continue to advocate for policies and regulations that promote a level playing field, enhance consumer protection, and foster customer growth. NICOM, I agree we're on the same page with that. To our sponsors, exhibitors, and partners, we express our sincere gratitude for your support. Your continuous contributions have enabled us to create a rich and immersive experience, facilitating meaningful connection and partnerships that will drive business growth. Over the next few hours, I encourage all delegates to network with fellow professionals and stakeholders, engage in thought-provoking discussions and debates, explore innovations and services, and share your expertise and experiences as we drive for excellence in our industry. Let us be guided by the principles of professionalism, ethics, and customer centricity. Once again, welcome to the 2024 National Insurance Brokers Conference and Exhibition. May our time together be productive, inspiring, and transformative. I thank you.
Thank you very much, President and Chairman of Council. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So he had already welcomed her, but let me also add my voice to welcome here another past president, Dr. Mrs. Bola Onigboge. I welcome you. Welcome you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will move into goodwill messages, and we'll be starting with our chairman in charge of insurance and actuarial matters. It is said that you don't have to pray to God when there are storms, but all you have to do is to be insured. I'd like to welcome here the chairman, House Committee on Actuarial Insurance and Actuarial Matters, a man who represents the good people of Borno State. He has done amazingly well in public service, and is still doing so. Please join me as I welcome here Honorable Amadu Jaha. I welcome you, Honorable.
Ahmed Jaha Usman is my name. I represent the extremely displaced, seriously victimized constituency of Chibok, Damboa, and Goza, including the 82 not yet recovered Chibok girls. You know, whenever we are coming to this kind of occasion, we have an alternative of extemporaneous presentation or write and read presentation, because you don't know the person you are going to speak after, whether he's going to becloud everybody with his speech. My job here is simple: to do a goodwill message. And I put it in written to read. But before doing that, permit me to acknowledge specifically the presence of the Commissioner for Insurance, my own brother, who has been my brother since when he was on the other side of the divide. When he was appointed, I told him that before you were there, but today you are on this side, you are on our side. So as protectors of taxpayers' money, we feel he should be on our side. Let me equally acknowledge the presence of my sister, the president of CIIN, Mrs. Yetunde Ilori. Permit me to recognize the president of NCRIB by virtue of my position as FCIB in making. Permit me also to recognize my brothers, the Deputy National Commissioners of Insurance, our veterans in the insurance. I call them veterans because during their days, for you to sell one insurance product is like going to the war and winning. We recognize your presence here. Permit me to equally recognize generally all stakeholders in the industry, who honored our invitation to be here. But there is no way I can conclude this recognition or acknowledgement without recognizing my own boss, the person that taught me to reap where I sow, the person that introduced me to the wider world, the person that insists that you can sell ice cubes among Eskimos and make profit. Honorable Dr. Mrs. Bola Odukale. She is my mentor because she mentored me in the industry. When I was an academic staff in Maiduguri, I was thinking that I have accomplished everything without knowing that I was only a big fish in a small pond. And now, with the exposure I have in the insurance industry, I am a small fish in a big pond. So ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I address you today at the National Insurance Brokers Conference and Exhibition 2024. This event stands as a testament to the resilience and innovations within our insurance industry. And I commend all of you for your commitment to advancing our industry's standards and practices. The role of insurance brokers is pivotal in our economy, serving as intermediaries that bridge the gap between the clients and the insurers. Your expertise not only facilitates risk management, but also enhances consumer confidence in the insurance market. As we navigate the complexities of the rapidly evolving financial landscape, your contributions are more crucial than ever. This conference provides an invaluable platform for sharing insights, discussions, challenges, and exploring opportunities that can drive our industry forward. I encourage all participants to engage actively, share knowledge, and collaborate on solutions that will not only benefit our sector, but also the broader society. As we look to the future, let us remain committed to fostering the regulatory environment that encourages growth, innovation, and transparency. Together, we can enhance the reputation of our industry. I call it our industry, and ensure that it continues to meet the needs of our citizens effectively. Thank you very much for your dedication and hard work. I wish you all a fruitful conference. Before I go back to sit down, I want to reiterate our commitment as National Assembly members to the insurance industry, because it's the only untapped gold mine in the economy. We are all aware, in advanced countries of the world, insurance companies own banks. Here, on the contrary, banks own insurance companies. Fortunately, this time around, we have our future to make Oma as far as the industry is concerned. And my reasons are simple. One, the CFI, throughout his life, has been in the industry. The Chairman Senate Committee on Banking and Insurance was a banker. Chairman House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters in the House of Representatives was a branch manager of Capital Express Insurance Company. The president itself and any other person you can think of in this government is conscious of insurance. So we have the opportunity today to make a reasonable change as far as the industry is concerned. We have a lot to tap from presentation that is going to be done by our mentor, Mr. Kulle, which I strongly believe is going to add so much value. So I encourage participants to listen attentively and constructively for all the presentations in order to make a difference. I thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Amadou Jaha. Thank you. I'd like to welcome here the Director General of NIA, Mrs. Bola Odukale, who is here with us. I welcome you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we will also here is the President of Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers here with us. I welcome you. Thank you very much. So we'll take some goodwill messages from the heads of different professional groups. Do I start with you, ma'am? Mrs. Odukale? All right. I'd like to welcome you here for your short goodwill message, the Director General of NIA. I welcome you. Let's appreciate her. Thank you very much.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The chairman, House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, my own, I don't know how to describe it, my own personal person, the Commissioner for Insurance, our own CFI, from us. I welcome you, sir. The Deputy Commissioners for Insurance, the President, our own President, the owner of our certificates, Mrs. Yetunde Ilori, the Chairman of this occasion, elders from the broken arm, good morning, sirs, and other distinguished members that are here. Good morning. It's indeed my pleasure to be here today to felicitate with us and to share this moment with us. I bring greetings from the chairman of NIA, my own chairman, Kunle Ahmed. He's unavoidably absent from here today because we have a function tomorrow. And of course, from other council members from the NIA. We want to congratulate you so well on this occasion for this meeting that you're having, for this conference that you're having. In fact, I said, Prince, the president and chairman in council that has brought us to the State House to have this kind of function, an insurance function here. Honestly, I congratulate you. You are bringing us closer and closer and closer to government. And it shows the relevance and importance that insurance plays in our society. Insurance is no longer that profession that anyone can put, just by the side. We are not the weakest link that they would always call us in that particular industry that we belong to. We are not the weakest link. We are moving forward, and we can only do better. So congratulations, sir. Congratulations. So on this very occasion, I want to congratulate us once again. I know that in this space that we are in as professionals, our relevance continues to grow from day to day. And the way we can do it is to continue to give good services, like the president said. Insurance can only get better, and the brokers, like the president will always say, you are the professional arm, like I always hear from you, of the industry. We recognize that, and we appreciate that. And we'll continue to work with you from NIA. We are partners in progress. We are collaborators to ensure that our industry continues to grow stronger and stronger. So from this point onward, I know what we can do. What we would only get is an insurance industry that will continue to grow stronger, that will continue to be relevant in the scheme of things in this nation. So I want to say congratulations to all of us as professionals. We will grow better and we will do better, and we'll take our industry to that height that we all long to, for it to get to. So that it will not continue to be a story of insurance industry is only contributing 0.3. I've been hearing 0.3 since the day I came into the industry. I know that in a few years' time, we are going to get out of that. And we'll see an industry that will say, indeed, this industry is a strong industry in the financial services sector. So once again, congratulations to all of us, and I wish us good deliberations and good outing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Our goodwill messages, I just appeal that we try as much as possible to make it short. 2 minutes will be preferable. Let me welcome here next to the goodwill message will be the president of Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria. Let me welcome here Mrs. Yetunde Lori. And she just told me now that she will do 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay. The chairman, House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, Honorable Usman Jaya, the man that has worked assiduously even within the night assembly and up to now to ensure that we get our law out. The Honorable Commissioner for Insurance, Mr. Omoshein, Olusegun Ayo Omoshein, his deputies, the president of NCRIB, his own deputies and vice, his own deputy and vice, the living ancestors of NCRIB, all other agencies that have been invited, and I must also recognize the chairman who doubles as the speaker of today. Is the chairman, not just speaker for today, but the chairman of a company that is dear to my heart. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to say congratulations to NCRIB under the able leadership of Prince OGUNTADE. You have done so well. You are midwifing a process. You have kept the legacy handed over to you. And I'm sure by the time you are handing over, my sister that will be taking over from you will not drop the baton. On this note, I say congratulations to all. And this is my own first public statement as an associate of NCRIB. So let us all enjoy the time and have useful deliberations. Thank you.
You know, if she had done 4 minutes, the applause would be low. But she did exactly 2 minutes. Let's appreciate her. Thank you very much. Thank you. And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to officially open this conference and set the tone. And I'd like to welcome her. And I've been admiring him from here. The white beard is beautiful. The suit is better than mine. And he looks very handsome. I'd like to welcome here the Honorable Commissioner of Insurance, Mr. Olusegun Omoshein.
Thank you, MC. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. But because I need to be sure I'm not sacked after delivering this speech, I need to follow some protocols. So I'll start with my own boss, the chairman of the House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, my own boss, Honorable Usman Jaha. The president of the Chartered Insurance Institute. I'm sure you all know that without my CIN certificate, I might not be standing here before you. Mrs. Yetunde Olubumi Lori, president of FCIB, Prince Tunde Oguntade, Babatunde Oguntade, deputy president, our living ancestors. I've learned one fact very clearly as a practitioner in the market, that you follow the lead. So just pardon me, I shouldn't be crucified. That title came from my leader, the person that spoke before me. The guest speaker for today, my good friend, Mr. Kola Adeshino. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, and of course, my deputy commissioner. Sorry, I want to get back to the office and be able to have an office. Today is especially a delight for me to stand before you, not only to welcome you, but to give a goodwill message on the occasion of the 2024 annual conference of the NCRIB. This year's theme, Insurance, the Untapped Goldmine, highlights the vast potential of the insurance industry in driving economic growth and development. The sub-themes, renewed hope for food security through insurance, and insurance and blue economy connecting the North, no doubt express your commendable dedication to promoting insurance as a vital tool for food security and sustainable economic development, and also to demonstrate our commitment as an industry to exploring innovations and solutions for pressing national challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, insurance has remained the bedrock of every thriving economy, and Nigeria is no exception. It is also common knowledge that the Nigerian insurance industry, with a penetration rate below 1%, remains largely untapped, but with vast potential for growth and contribution to the country's economic development. To unlock it, therefore, requires careful and meticulous planning, and therefore the theme of this year's conference could not have come at a better time. Challenges such as lack of awareness, limited access to insurance services, particularly in the rural areas, industry reputational issues, and others alike are topical issues for conversation around the industry. However, in the midst of all this, there are clear opportunities for massive growth, particularly in the agricultural and health sectors, and leveraging technological advancement and digital platform that will aid insurance distribution. Innovation and product with focus clearly on the customer. I'm very hopeful that the appropriate strategies to drive the transformation in the insurance industry is very imminent. No doubt, every sector of the Nigerian economy has a very important contribution to make towards our national growth and development. The National Insurance Commission, NICOM, as the primary supervisor and regulator of the sector, readily lend support to the development of the sector and the economy through its strategic initiatives that has been published and available on the Commission's website. The Commission recently restructured its own internal processes and even its organogram, among which was the idea of creating a directorate specifically assigned to innovation and regulation, which is to demonstrate our readiness to foster and promote innovation in the insurance industry. I am aware, thank you. I am aware of the remarkable support that the NCRIB have been giving to innovation, particularly in our industry, through your numerous workshops, seminars, and conferences on emerging trends and technologies, industry collaborations, as well as policy advocacy for reforms in the insurance industry. However, I would like to use this opportunity to address some clear market conduct issues relating to claims complaints. The Commission expects from the intermediary particularly, and other operators alike, to remain watchdogs and ensure that non-settlement of claim as well as intercompany balances are duly and promptly reported. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an occasion for NICOM to give directives, but the Commission wishes to reiterate its commitment to support the implementation of the outcomes of this conference. We therefore urge all stakeholders present to capitalize on this convergence of expertise and collaborative spirit. Let us share and harness this opportunity to create innovative solutions that will shape Nigeria's future, ensure its prosperity, and enhance the well-being of its people. I congratulate NCRIB and other stakeholders in advance as I look forward to testimonies of success stories to be battered in the insurance industry from this conference. Thank you all for your attention. I spent only 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. You know, because you are the daddy of the occasion, you can be allowed extra minutes. Can we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. You know, now that he has declared it open, we were just wondering, we have friends of the house, the Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, and they also consume insurance products. We're just thinking, can we give them 1 minute to say something? Do you agree? Okay, please, the president, can you join us here, please? Can we appreciate him if he's here? Is in the room? Okay. Quantity surveyors, please. Okay, maybe that's why he didn't rise up. Please step forward here, please. I even appreciate your red cap. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I would like to stand on the very well-established protocol by the Chairman, House Committee on Insurance. I think he did a very brilliant job by establishing that protocol. He's only somebody who had the privilege to serve in government that will be able to do that. Thank you, sir. So with that privilege, I lean on that protocol. I want to say a very big congratulations to the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers for this for me, it is a huge success thus far for you to be able to hold this conference in this venue. It speaks volume of the seriousness of the leadership. And I would like to concede to you that you are already on the right path, on the right trajectory. And for us as partners in progress, we have taken the lessons learned here thus far. And we want to say that we will begin to push, working in concert with you, to push and be able to ensure that all that the insurance, insurance is a wide, is a wide spectrum of room for Nigeria itself as an economy to be able to tap in and advance all the frontiers of our life here and make it better. So, as the president of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, I want to congratulate you and your leadership. The commissioner himself has, very precisely captured the mood. And I want to say a very big congratulations to you. And at the end of the day, I want to say that I'm sure all of us here will live better off. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I want to put something on the floor. After the vote of thanks, we are supposed to break for tea and before we take our keynote speech. Do we transit straight to the keynote speech? We should transit. Okay, thank you. So to formally close the opening ceremony, I'd like to welcome the Vice President of the Council, Mrs. Olufunke Adenusi, MNI, FCIB. Okay. So let me welcome here the Deputy President, Mrs. Ekoma Ezibe, FCIB, to do the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our dear President, Prince Babatunde Adeleke Ogutade, the 22nd President of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, I would like to start by thanking the Chairman House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, Right Honorable Usman Jaha. Thank you very much, sir, for making yourself available to be with us this morning at the opening ceremonies of our conference. And may I also thank our distinguished friend, sister, and the president of all presidents, and the president of the Commissioner for Insurance himself, and indeed the president of all insurance professionals in Nigeria. Mrs. Olubumi Ilori, thank you very much, dear President, for being with us this morning. And let me then thank our dear regulator, one of our own, homegrown, the Commissioner for Insurance himself, Mr. Olusegun Omoseyi, and your gallant deputies, Deputy Commissioner Technical, Dr. Usman Jankara, and the Deputy Commissioner Finance and Administration, Mr. Ekerete Olagam Ikon. Thank you so very much. The three of you to find time to be with us this morning shows the seriousness that you take about the things we do as insurance brokers, and the seriousness you take to the commitment of collaboration that we have all agreed is the new deal within us. Thank you so very much. And thank you to our dear distinguished guest speaker who is here with us. We are warming up and going to learn a lot from you today, Mr. Kola Adeshino. Thank you very much. I also thank the Director General of NIPS, Thank you, sir, for being with us, Prof. We are heartily grateful to you, and also to the president of the Nigerian Institute of Quantitative Surveyors. Thank you, dear brother and compatriot. We are grateful that you could come. And the DG of NIA, Nigeria Insurance Association, thank you so much, and please carry our thanks to the chairman of NIA as we look forward to his investiture tomorrow by the grace of God. I thank all the managing directors and also the staff of the various insurance companies, especially our dear sponsors of our conference. Thank you to all of you distinguished delegates for being here today. And now let me get back home to thank our dear president, the 22nd president of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers. You have indeed taken us to loftier heights. I'm sure our forebears are extremely proud of you. And then also all of our members, and most especially my humble self and your dear vice president, who would have been doing this vote of thanks. But for the fact that she lost her dear mom, she has been here arranging all things as the chairman of our events organizing committee, but had to leave a few minutes ago to catch her 1 o'clock flight because the rites of passage of our dear mom will start tomorrow. And so we appreciate her so very much. We're indeed very proud of you. Our dear distinguished past presidents and our fondly called living ancestors, thank you very much for the very strong foundation that you have laid for all of us. Not just that, thank you also for finding joy in being with us in whatever that we do, and to ensure that your words of wisdom are imbibed by us, and which is only taking us to greater heights. We promise you that we'll continue to try our very best to uphold that banner even higher. Dear distinguished pioneer executive secretary, and the man that we fondly call Daddy, Dr. Abraham Alo, thank you very much, dear Dad, for being with us today. And my dear distinguished colleagues at the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, I am very happy that we came out in our numbers right from yesterday when we did our annual general meeting. Thank you for the strength that you give us, because unity gives strength. We will continue to strive our best, to do our very best to uplift our dear insurance industry. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, gentlemen of the press. Thank you, our dear MC. Thank you, our lovely and hardworking executive secretary and all the staff of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers. Our dear president is mightily proud of all of us. Thank you as we look forward to the next stage of the conference. Thank you once.
Thank you very much to the Deputy President. Thank you. She's like a sister to the President. Thank you very much. And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we'll be moving to our keynote address. Our speaker is a Nigerian entrepreneur, Managing Director of Sahara Group, former Chairman of Igmi Power PLC, and Board Chairman of Ikeja Electric. This amazing, affable man that his friends call Sir K is an advisor to different leaders in Nigeria and across Africa. Please welcome here Mr. Kola Adesina.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was debating earlier whether I should stand on existing protocol or sit on it. But it will be difficult for me not to recognize some of our personalities, distinguished personalities here today.
Previously, when I was sitting down, Right Honorable Ahmed Usman Jaha was to my left. So I was thinking, should I say left honorable? But now that I'm standing, his right honorable is to my right. The chairman committee on insurance and actuarial matters. I want to recognize my brother, my friend, my paddy for jungle those days, Shegun Moshe, who currently is the commissioner of insurance. I realized that when he was speaking, we were all clapping. I said, why wouldn't they clap if the regulator is here? Please, I recognize you importantly. You're one of the most brilliant men I've met, and I'm quite glad you were able to get to this position. I would say to the President, Prince Babatunde Oguntade, thank you so much, sir, for the privilege and the honor that you have given me to speak here today. And respectfully to the living legends of the sector, you're most welcome. It's very nice to see some of you still so strong, healthy, and with so much of vitality and interest in the sector. I don't want to waste so much of your time, so please permit me to quickly jump straight into my message today. Nigeria is an interesting country with a population of over 200 million. We have checked the data, and the numbers we're seeing are quite frightening in terms of the number of people that are insured. If the data we have is correct, and of course that is subject to a test, just approximately 28% of Nigerians are insured. Of course, we all know what that means in terms of the opportunity that exists. Invariably, 72% are absolutely uninsured in Nigeria today. Nigeria is an interesting place, so you kindly please permit me to quote the Chief Client Officer of AXA Mansard Insurance, Mrs. Rashidat Adebisi, who once in an interview last year observed that people don't just wake up in the morning and think, I'm going to insure myself today. And in Nigeria, there are a lot of people who still believe that their religious beliefs have them covered against mishap, misfortune, and therefore there is no need for insurance. When you consider this alongside the current economic situation, with more than half of Nigeria's population below the global poverty line, it becomes more of a little wonder that Nigeria insurance is not at the forefront of people's minds. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of the 28%, we're talking of the motor vehicles, not in terms of real insurance. In terms of real insurance, it's just 3%. That is really grossly underwhelming for a nation of this size. The total gross premium account for less than 1%, just like the Commissioner of Insurance mentioned earlier, of the GDP, which, if compared to South Africa, is 12%. Nigeria is below, far below 1%. I think Mrs. Ilori gave us 0.3% earlier. So that is really strangely worrisome. The potential here still remains largely untapped. For example, in 2022, Nigeria's insurance industry achieved a gross written premium of 733 billion naira, which is 1.7 billion in dollars. But this grew in terms of naira to 1.01 trillion, unfortunately because of devaluation that depressed to $1.5 billion. Of course, we all know that we're still scratching the surface of insurance, and yet this is meant to be a vehicle that can grant and give us social impact, financial inclusion, as well as national development. Although we've seen a positive trend with a compound annual growth rate of over 10% expected from 2023 to 2027, according to the NICOM's report. Insurance penetration, as I said before, remains below 1% of the GDP. And of course, this shows that we're significantly lower than other nations with lower population in Africa. The challenges that we face. In recent times, when those with knowledge of the sector see individuals experiencing the loss of property through fire, flood, accident, etc., the death of a loved one, or other financial setbacks, we understand the significance of why insurance should matter. In our society, insurance is often undervalued or misunderstood and is seen merely as a regulatory formality, an added expense, or even an indication of lack of faith in the Almighty. This is just one of the problems the industry faces. Of course, there are several factors which contribute to this. The public awareness and perception, which of course we all know is a very difficult one to understand, primarily because of the fact that nobody in Nigeria sees insurance from a value-adding perspective, they see it from an expense perspective. So in terms of budgeting, you hardly find companies or individuals create a budget that speaks to how they're going to insure themselves, their assets, or their businesses. Of course, affordability and accessibility is another issue that we have. The cost of insurance policies remain prohibitive for many Nigerians because of our poverty level. I will not fail to acknowledge, though, the recent efforts, for instance, of Asa Mansard in bundling comprehensive fire insurance package for homes along with its motor insurance policies at no additional cost to boost penetration. However, many products are still not tailored to meet the needs and financial realities of the majority of Nigerians. Innovative approach, such as the one I just articulated, will be very, very key in addressing the affordability and increase in accessibility of low-income individuals within our country. Notwithstanding, such initiatives are still very, very much in their early stages and, of course, need to be expanded. Regulatory and infrastructure constraints. Nigeria has made progress in establishing a regulatory framework under NICOM, which, of course, we believe will improve and enhance both customer protection and industry growth. Additionally, many insurers still rely on outdated systems, hindering their ability to provide seamless digital services. Given that the millennials and Gen Z comprise of over 50% of Nigeria's population, it is crucial to implement advanced digital infrastructure to cater to this tech-savvy generation, thereby improving customer experience and bolstering trust within the sector. Market competition and product diversity. Although leading insurers like FBN Life, Asa Mansard, Custodian and Allied, NEM, Leadway, and ICO are making inroads, the market remains significantly fragmented and product innovation is still very limited. Many insurers still focus on traditional policies without adequately addressing new or emerging risks, leading potential policyholders to making them become underserved or absolutely unserved. You may be asking yourself, why do we need to stress this point? It is important because if we want to navigate our future with confidence, we really need to define the problem. I think part of the problem we've had in insurance is the fact that we've not been able to adequately and precisely define the nature of the problem that we have. If you cannot define the problem correctly, there is no way on planet Earth you can provide any solution to it. For me, being a practitioner before I went into energy, I can say without any iota of doubt that the level of enterprise, the level of
We would like to welcome the Honorable Minister for Marine Economy, His Excellency Oyetola. I welcome you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let me recognize him as well. My bon, sir, good morning. So good to see you, Your Excellency. Just as I was saying, prior to my life in the energy business, I was selling insurance. And today, I'm still significantly a part of it because I'm the chairman of ASA Mansard as well as the chairman of Fountain Insurance Brokers. But when I go back in time, when I was in insurance, fully, and now, there is a significant gap in terms of understanding of how customer needs should be met, what the insurance world is doing in Nigeria, and how the energy space is behaving. If we don't make R&D a critical component of insurance product, we're going to go nowhere. 4 speakers came earlier and said, in other climes, insurance companies own banks. In Nigeria, the reverse is the case. And I recall with vivid displeasure that in the 80s, when that tide started turning, some of us saw it, we wrote about it, we shouted, we screamed, but nothing was done. Part of the missing link that needs to be worked upon, if truly insurance wants to take its rightful place, is for us to be able to come up with innovative products and be able to aggregate resources, channel them towards ensuring that not only are people insured, but claims are paid and paid promptly. And I love the fact that my brother and my friend, the regulator, said claims is still an issue. Of course, one of the reasons why you would want people like me to put more money in insurance is for the fact that I have a claim experience, and my claim experience is beautiful, I will come again. But if I have a terrible claim experience, of course, it simply means I'm not coming back. And I will not be able to truly advocate for more insurance products to be sold or bought by myself or by my friends. Penetration of insurance is largely dependent on the way and manner the product has responded and is responding to people's needs rather than reacting. If the regulator is the one compelling insurance companies to pay premium, I can tell you for free, it has an adverse effect on insurance growth. Yes, today, and I really commend the president for bringing us into the villa, and it's intentional. I know it wasn't accidental. The idea is that from here, they will hear us inside the main villa. Now, but that alone is not enough. I would want to hear from every speeches made by the president in Nigeria that insurance is critical, insurance is vital, whether for food security, whether for agriculture, in the real sense of the word, whether for blue economy that is emerging, being led by one of our own. There are opportunities everywhere. Unfortunately, if we make adversity our selling point, there is no way people will come. In adversity, there are opportunities. Today, a lot of people are talking about Nigeria and the stress of the economy. I can tell you for free, the best time to grow your business is now. Every company I know that grew phenomenally did so when the adversity of time came calling. If you look at your own life, and I know that my elders are too many here, you will see that the transformation that you celebrated and you are still celebrating came at the hardest point of your lives. When you were able to turn the tide, how are we going to be able to turn the tide of insurance? This, I can say for free, is going to help in insurance adoption for the purpose of stabilizing our economy and providing businesses and individuals with protection. I say, and I'm saying this a bit more openly, if you use the traditional means of pushing insurance, we're not going to sell it. There are influencers, there are brand ambassadors. The younger generation don't watch TVs. They are on their phones. What are they doing? They are either on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat and all that. And they have people they are following. Our own generation, ours was that goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. But for them, they are looking deliberately for followers. And guess what? There are personalities and individuals that they celebrate and look up to. If we start to use such brand ambassadors to push the frontier of insurance, penetration will be faster and easier, rather than using the traditional means we're all familiar with. It would be nice if in the future, programs of this nature will bring such individuals to speak. The viewership you will see will be so significant, far more than what is currently obtainable. If you have a macaroni pushing insurance, if you have a Davido pushing insurance, if you have Wizkid pushing insurance, you will see that there is going to be an upsurge in the people who will show interest, keen interest in what this product is going to do. And it is very vital we start to think of how to go away from what we consider as traditional to musical icons and mainstream individuals that influences people today. Some of you may worry about the increased claims as insurance adoption grows. However, the 2008 financial crisis showed us that insurance, as noted by OECD, that's the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, remained resilient even during setbacks. This stability proves that insurance is the backbone of a stable economy, a security blanket for individuals, businesses, and communities. The question we must ask is, do our customers understand our value? Do they? Does the market trader, the woman that sells in Alaba, in Ketu, in Ojota, do they know that they need to insure their stores and their products? Have we taken insurance to these people? How do we get our customers to start to think along the lines of protecting their assets and investment in the face of financial pressure? How do we guarantee a life of peace and prosperity for our dependents after our demise? For Nigeria, the growth of the insurance market holds a great potential as an economic gold mine in the following ways. One, insurance can drive large capital formation via the collection of premiums that insurers in other sectors such as infrastructure, agriculture, and real estate. The federal government said recently that we are going to build a road from Lagos to where? Now, are we involved? Have we done anything in that? One of the things I'm pushing, and I'm going to push it with everything in me, is to ensure that that particular zone from Lagos to Calabar becomes a free trade zone, an industrial hub where industries can be sited, companies can bring in their money, and they have access to take their goods from location A to be and vice versa. Have we gone to the federal government to say that, look, in our own space, this is what we want to contribute to facilitate that? One of the things that I've seen work like magic anywhere in the world is you have to put your money where your mouth is. The kind of money we've made, and this I'm saying respectfully to everybody here seated, so pardon me if I say anything that hurts you, is that when we make money in insurance, what do? We build houses. Building houses doesn't make you a prosperous person. What makes you prosperous is investment in significant areas where there is a need. If the insurance industry is the one behind maritime vessels, big ocean lines, owning it, not just insuring it, what do you think will happen? If Nigeria is bleeding in terms of the output with regards to the oil revenue we have, which is suffering, are we at the table, on the table saying to government that, look, there are things we need probably to suggest. Maybe the infrastructure you have is dilapidated, new ones need to be built. And we as an industry, this is what we're contributing to ensuring that that new one, replacing the old one, is built promptly and in an appropriate manner. Have we invested either even in technology to protect our national assets? Just some few days ago, in the energy space, some electricity infrastructure were vandalized. Drone technology revealed where those vandalism took place. What kind of coverage can we come up with to tell the President of Nigeria that yes, we are offering a solution, and this solution will fit in regarding this particular need? If we just sit back and just wait for government to call us, trust me, that we are in the banquet hall does not mean we are in the villa. This is not the villa, by the way. It is when you get to that gate that you know that, yes, you are not inside the villa at all. The number of hours you are going to spend there. Now, thankfully, we have our Egmo, our daddy here. Proximity to power is there. Are we pushing the insurance agenda through him such that we are at the table when the re-engineering of our economy is being discussed? If we're not there, nobody will consider us. And in our own society, what I've seen is the bottom-up approach may not work as fast. If you want rapid penetration, it's top-down. That's what I've seen. So invariably, we'll be doing the two, but the one that will have a faster impact if it's top-down. If federal government did not insist that motor insurance should be compulsory, you think people will insure their cars? They won't. Even the third party, they would not do it. So we need to have a change of orientation around the products we're pushing and ensuring that we are truly relevant in the scheme of things within the country. For Nigeria, the growth of the market holds great potential, like I said, because our economy relies heavily on industries, agriculture, oil, small businesses, all which are vulnerable to risk from natural disasters, price fluctuations, market disruptions, and the like. Insurance should provide the risk protection, allowing businesses to operate confidently, expand and contribute more consistently to the economy. Insurance in Nigeria can provide financial protection to individuals and families, enabling them to recover their health from health crisis, from property losses or accident. This financial stability frees up income for households or investment in education, entrepreneurship, housing, directly contributing to economic growth. A well-developed insurance sector will build investors' confidence in terms of solid minerals, which is an area Nigeria is looking at today significantly. I don't know the level of penetration in that space, and though it's fragmented, but I know that somehow, somewhat, If we can come up with a policy, and this is very important, I don't know whether we do it, anybody here that wants to grow his business that does not have a relationship with the Ministry of Trade and Investment and Industry will not grow. We must know the new companies that are coming. We must know the industries that are coming into country. We must know the expansion of even the existing ones. Cadbury and the rest of them, they have expansion plans. Are you involved? Do companies submit their budgets, annual budgets to us and plans? Are we familiar with the strategies of those that were even insuring currently? They are the ones insuring them. Do we know their plan for the future? Is it just through documents or verbal communication? Are we only interested in premium? These are issues that I think would help us grow a long way in creating a framework that would reassure foreign investors. The CBN governor said recently that he's going to work and ensure that inside Nigeria, coming into Nigeria, is about $28 billion. What will be our own portion of that money? Do we have an articulated, clearly written strategy that speaks to how we can leverage on the CBN? Are we talking to CBN at all? In which area do we think those money will be spent? Nigeria's budget, are we interacting and interrogating that budget, seeing where government wants to spend money? Nigeria is prone to events like flooding, economic shocks, and the rest of them. Insurance can act as a buffer with payouts, providing critical liquidity to affected businesses, communities, and even the government, both state and federal. For instance, after natural disasters, insurance payouts can speed up recovery efforts, minimizing economic disruptions and supporting social resilience. When we make out plea, we pay claims to the insured. Do we publish it enough? Do we make it known that truly those small prints are not working against the insured? When you pay premium, when you take premium and you pay claims, you must advertise more of your claims than the premium you are collecting. The more of that you do, the more likely you will engender more support and sale of insurance. I feel that we need to call ourselves to action by unlocking the potential. Individual players should not wait for business opportunities. They should work in creating such. Target investments in growth sectors like telecoms, power, sports, creative arts, and other forms of industries should be one that we are actively engaged in. Inherent in every administration's agenda are capital investments that naturally call for a broad range of insurance products. To secure our economy, we must recognize that insurance plays a pivotal role, not just as a tool to make profit or customer risk management, but significantly as a pillar of national stability and resilience. Insurance enables growth by giving businesses and individuals the confidence to take calculated risk, knowing that they have the financial safety net backing them up. To realize this potential, we must continue to develop and promote insurance products that facilitate growth, whilst educating our customers on how these services safeguard their assets and future. As we embrace opportunities through the African Continental Free Trade Area, insurance will be crucial for fostering capital inflows and securing economic ventures. Africa, with its large physical size, young demography, and growing population, should be our domain of influence. To build resilience and remain competitive in the global market, we must focus on three guiding principles. One, we must follow the money. Always follow where the capital is flowing. What are they buying? What are they putting their money on? Wherever people spend their money, you have an opportunity to sell an insurance product. We need to know where investment is headed. The population. You must follow the babies. In following the babies, what simply this means is, where are the growth potentials? What new areas are emerging? For instance, I've said this at different fora. When you're driving between Lagos and Ibadan, people choose to do different things in that short journey. For some, it's an opportunity to sleep. For another group of people, they will run commentary from Lagos to Ibadan. They'll say, see, these Mowe people, they've started this MFM, they're just growing. Regime, they're just doing this. They'll just talk. But for other people, and that should be the people in this room, is that these new settlements will mean new coverage, new customers. How we approaching them with the products that they require in those new settlements that we are seeing. That's what Follow the Babies does. We need to follow the global trend. Like all businesses, we operate within a dynamic global landscape. Staying attuned with trends will go a long way in helping us. Today, I'm not so sure, in the room or generally within the insurance space, how many of us are talking and discussing how artificial intelligence will be able to help us? How many of us are using blockchain technology? How many of us talk about nanotechnology? How many of us talk about machine learning? How many of us can confidently say augmented reality, virtual reality are things that can enable the businesses we are running today? How many of us are familiar with some of those things? If you don't have data to take decision, your decisions are just going to be emotional. The temptation and tendency is always there for us to have the phenomenon that the psychologists call the bias of the person. You have a pathological bias for the things that align with you. If I say anything consistent with what you feel, the likelihood for you to nod is high. But if I probe you, if I say something that you seem not so comfortable with, you just say, ah. But you know the irony? The space of growth lies in the has and the whos. You must challenge even what you know yourself. Have we ever challenged the fundamentals of insurance? In challenging the fundamentals of insurance, we can grow new opportunities and ideas that will balloon the industry and make us truly prosperous. Of course, the world that we live in is a naira and kobo, and more recently is a dollarized world. And because it's dollarized, invariably, there is comparison being done. And of course, money is borderless. There's no more border for investment. Money goes to where the returns come back. So, have we been able to present a package, beautiful and alluring, for foreign direct investors to say, yes, Nigeria is where we're going to? Why? Because what we consider those defects we highlighted earlier, in terms of less than 1% of GDP, in terms of 3% of the population, that's an opportunity. Whilst it's lamentable to some people, that's an opportunity for me to come in and do what I need to do to take advantage of that particular market. So what are we doing in this space? For me, to meet these challenges, we must cultivate, hire, remunerate, and retain top talent. We must develop comprehensive strategies to deal with all forms of eventuality. We must deploy our expertise to mitigate risk. As the insurance industry grows, we must also position ourselves to become a trusted advisor in shaping impactful government policies and initiatives, contributing substantially to Nigeria's and Africa's GDP. The President constituted the Presidential Economic Council on of our economy in Nigeria. The President did not invite an insurer. Not one insurance person. Now, that's the place you have to be, because that's the engine room of ideas. I'm glad we are represented in the cabinet, but we need more. One is not enough. We need more to join that cabinet to be able to intensify the need for federal government to take insurance seriously, and for our brother from the legislature to legislate very well to benefit, to inspire more confidence within the insurance space. Today, I am inspired by the opportunities before us. Now is the time to unlock the true potential of Nigeria's insurance sector, creating value for stakeholders and society alike. Let's reimagine insurance not merely as a service, but as a vital asset for national progress and security. Let's work together to reshape the narrative around insurance in Nigeria, nay Africa, helping our citizens to see it as not just a tool for stability, but for empowerment and peace of mind. For me, this is our moment to turn insurance into a gold mine that it truly is. And for every gold mine, you have to dig. And I think it's time to dig deeper. Thank you very much.
Amazing. He does this virtually all over the world, from insurance to power to every other sector of our economy, and he remains relevant and an advisor to so many of the presidents across the world. Thank you very much, Mr. Kola Adesina. Can we put our hands together one more time to him? Let me once again formally welcome a member of the House. While the Speaker was talking about we only have one member in the Federal Executive Council, he was referring to him, the pioneer graduate of insurance from the University of Lagos, now the Honorable Minister for Marine and Blue Economy. Your Excellency, one more time, I welcome you. Your Excellency, I want to ask your permission for something. There are two speakers who are supposed to do 5 minutes discussion of his paper. Do you want to speak now because I know your time is tight? Or do you want us to have those two speakers? Okay. Thank you, sir. And so we have two discussants who will be doing 5 minutes presentations on his paper. Mr. Rotimi Fashola, MD, Competent Insurance Brokers. Are you here? All right, please. Your thoughts on the paper? Please come over. Your thoughts on the paper. 5 minutes. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, DMC. I thought I was going to stand on the existing protocol, but now that we have Excellency here, I guess that protocol has changed. Your Excellency, you are most welcome. Honorable Jai, you are leaving. We are always excited having you around, though. So I also pay my respect to Honorable Jai, my commissioner. As a point of contact to the deputies, you are welcome, sir. My president, NCRIB, always forever acknowledge you. You have done very well for us, and I'm very happy to be part of this. Again, as a point of contact to the deputy and the past president, you are all welcome, sir. Well, since I have only 5 minutes, I don't want to use the whole 5 minutes to pay protocol. Let me quickly comment on the paper from my brother. We have come a long way because I know Fountain Insurance Broker at that time. Good to see you. You are welcome. I don't know what exactly I want to add to that paper because that was excellent. You really did the research. Almost everything I have here, you have covered. But I only just had some few things. Yes, we are below 1% now, but I know for sure we have the potentials to do 10% or more. We have the great potentials to do 10% or more, and I believe that will excite everybody. And it's not only just that, because if we do that, the multiplier effect of that in all ramification is far greater than that, because people tend to measure only on the GDP, what we are contributing to. Yes, South Africa is doing so well, but I know some of the things we have lost, they still have. They have pensions, they have health, but we have lost that here. But that will still not say that there are not so many things that we can still do to get to the 10%, some of which we have so much, identified, and I stand to support that, that we should look at that. But again, there are low-hanging fruits. You have talked about our population, 200 million. To what extent have we been able to tap into this law of large number that the Lord has given to us? We must find a way to look more at that and see how we can increase penetration within this large number the Lord has given to us. Of course, we mentioned technology. I know certainly we need to do more on technology, but I support that we should also invest more on men. We need a lot of people. We need to attract more people to come into the insurance industry and join us. And as a low-hanging fruit, Honorable Jai, I hope is still coming back. A lot of government businesses are not insured. These are low-hanging fruits. Let him just help us that when they are bringing the ministry, department, and agency, when they are bringing their budget, let him ensure the insurance premium is there. And when it's there, they are paid. When it is paid to us, we're beginning to increase the penetration and increasing the volume of our contribution. Again, we have 774 local governments now. We employ the state, we move closer, not only to the federal government, to the state government. And now that the 774 local government will be having their money directly now, there are also a very good potential area for us to penetrate and increase insurance penetration. When the bank were going to grow, you see the bank were almost everywhere. You see Senate in almost every street in Victoria Island. You see UBA, they are all competing. I hope we go back to that competition time so that we can together strive to increase insurance penetration in Nigeria. You have mentioned Lagos Calabar. I pray that there is element of insurance in that project. There is Badagry to Sokoto. I pray there is element of insurance in it, and let us find a way to pursue it and make sure we get our own share of the, because that's a very huge project, that if the insurance element is not there, it will be very, very unfortunate. My major worry is that the whole of Africa is now going to become a single market. 54 out of 55 countries signed that African Continental Trade Agreement. So which means the whole of Africa is now a single market. They are coming here. Are we ready? So that all these untapped that we are talking about is not going to South Africa, because South Africa has already signed. And I'm sure somehow they may be behind. These are huge potentials and the opportunity we have here. So let us wake up. What do we need to do? We need to consolidate. We need to merge. We need to look for more capital, because South Africa and other countries coming here, they are bringing capital to come and dilute us, and probably the great potentials we are talking about, I hope, will be available for us in Nigeria. So to the underwriter, the broker, and the loss adjusters, let us consolidate, let us become stronger, let us become bigger, so that we can really tap on this opportunity we have and be able to play our role, in the development and the growth of insurance in Nigeria. We need a lot of technology, like I said, but bringing fresh hands to the industry for succession and continuity will be key. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Rotimi Fashola. Do we have a representative of the NIA chairman who will want to also weigh on the paper? Okay. All right. How about Dr. Shoaib Hussaini? So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor and pleasure. Mrs. Odukale, I was asking if somebody from your team will have to weigh in on our keynote paper. Okay, thank you. Let me welcome here now our special guest. Like I said, he is a pioneer graduate of insurance from the University of Lagos, and he has remained a wonderful ambassador of the industry. Former Governor of State, today Honorable Minister of Marine Economy, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome here His Excellency Mr. Adekwega Oyetola.
Please be seated. I'd like to recognize the Commissioner. It can't be Commissioner of Finance, please. Commissioner of Insurance. I recognize you and thank you very much for this invitation. The President, NCRB, I recognize you today. Thank you very much. Heads of agencies that are here, the Director of Maritime from the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, presidents from other professional bodies, the fellows of the industry that are here, the gurus of the industry, I recognize all of you, the guest speakers, all the stakeholders that have been here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to identify with my primary constituency, the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers. On the occasion, let me tell you, I'm just on sabbatical. I'm coming back. I'm happy to identify with my primary constituency, the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, on the occasion of its National Insurance Brokers Conference and Exhibition. I'm highly honored by today's invitation as a special guest and one of the key speakers on this occasion. I commend the initiative of the leadership of this council for convening this national conference. The theme of this year's national conference, Insurance, the Untapped Goldmine, is apt and timely. Marine and blue economy is the sustainable use of ocean resources to benefit economies, livelihoods, and create jobs while preserving ocean ecosystem health. And this paper will underscore the critical role of insurance as a transformative and support tool for marine and blue economy. The blue economy is the seventh largest economy in the world, with an estimated 2.5 trillion USD contribution to global economy annually. The blue economy is projected to hit 3 trillion USD by 2030. So it is therefore very important to investigate the role of insurance as support mechanism in the blue economy to manage risks and investment support. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, recognizes the pivotal role the maritime subsector plays in our national economy. He aptly demonstrated this through the creation of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. There's no doubt that Mr. President understands the significant potential the sector holds for the diversification of the economy. This inform is focused on the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy as a key catalyst to realizing the renewed hope agenda. The marine and blue economy is estimated to contribute significantly to the country's GDP and increase the revenue of the country, and potentially creating millions of jobs, directly and indirectly. It is therefore important to lay a solid foundation for the sector to position Nigeria as a premier maritime nation. Maritime sector is the final frontier for economic development in Nigeria, and the critical pillars are maritime security and safety, maritime infrastructure, port and terminal, inland waterways, marine living, that's fishery and aquaculture, marine land living, you have the seabed mining, seabed cabling and piping, marine bio engineering, marine genetics, blue energy, that's the wave, tidal, and offshore winds, and maritime transport and tourism. These present a glowing opportunity for investment to unlock this vast potential. Port efficiency and infrastructure. Ports, potential partners keen on opportunities in port and terminal investment should note the significant maritime traffic passing through the Gulf of Guinea, with 314,000 vessels annually and $1 billion worth of goods daily, as reported by the World Bank. Notably, 74% of GOG maritime activities serve Nigeria, and also 2% of all designated cargoes coming to West Africa. Final destination is Nigeria, with only 23% of the cargo directly reaching Nigerian port, with the remainder often transshipped through other countries. To capitalize on this potential, modernization and expansion efforts are imperative, including the development of infrastructure for operational deep-sea ports in Ondo, Badagry, Calabar, and Akwa Ibom. Additionally, existing ports require modernization to accommodate larger vessels, necessitating an increase in sea depth to 16.5 meters as opposed to 17 meters in Apapa and Tinkan. Presently, the draft is about 12-13. The implication of that is that you cannot get bigger vessels coming to, a port. Nigeria's strategic location and substantial maritime traffic underscore the demand for modern, efficient, and competitive ports capable of serving as the true shipment of Africa. Mr. President has approved the modernization of our existing port infrastructure, automated processes, and developed new deep-sea ports, including dry ports. I've just done the groundbreaking of inland dry port in Abeokuta. And with the completion of the modernization project, our goal is to achieve a 4-day average turnaround time for vessels and a 10-day average dwell time for containers, which will establish Nigeria as the preferred maritime operations hub in West Africa. The strategic investment in maritime infrastructure that the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy started since inception has led to an increase in the number of vessels calling at our ports by about 10%, which also led to an increase in revenue to the government. Inland waterways. Our inland waterways serve a pivotal role as the central nervous system of Nigeria's maritime trade, historically generating substantial revenue, as evidenced by the 1891 British record of £615 million. Despite having over 10,000 kilometers of connectable inland channels, only 3,500 kilometers is currently navigable, indicating significant room for development. These channels, spanning from the west to the east and from the east to the north central, present prime opportunities for public-private partnership to flourish. Initiatives such as developing jetties and facilitating the movement of goods and food from the north to the south, as well as transporting mineral resources from mining locations and facilitating easy water transportation, from the Middle Belt to Apapa for export, demonstrate the vast potential for economic growth and commercial activities. By opening the inland waterways for the movement of people, cargo, and export products from upper Nigeria to Apapa, investors can stimulate the creation of businesses, employment opportunities, and overall economic development in the region. What it means to look at the presentation of my brother Kola Adesina, what it means is the fact that if you're able to look at these opportunities, you then decide to, customize insurance policies to take care of the possible risks that are involved in the process of these businesses. That's part of the innovation that we're expecting from insurance. Some of the achievements of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy was the gazette of the Inland Waterways Transportation Regulation 2023 for safety regulations on our waterways, the first of the kind in Nigeria, the deployment of water marshals to enforce regulation and safety in our waters, procurement of various patrol boats, search and rescue boats, and water ambulances, among others. What we're trying to do here is to be able to reduce to the barest minimum the possibility of accident on our waterways. But it's important equally for us to recognize the role of insurance in this regard. Sustainable fisheries and aquaculture. Fisheries sector is of critical importance as Nigeria's major protein source, consisting approximately 60% of protein consumption as reported by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics. Despite the domestic consumption demand of 4.6 million metric tons, Nigeria currently produces only around 850,000 metric tons, indicating a substantial gap that presents significant investment opportunities for our investors. With approximately 1.2 million people employed in this sector, there's a clear need for expansion through initiatives such as aquaculture farming and small and large-scale trawlers fishing activities. Investment in fisheries and aquaculture will enable us to be self-sufficient and become a net exporter of fish and fish products to bolster foreign exchange reserves. By tapping into this potential, investors will not only address the domestic demand for fish, but also contribute to economic growth by potentially creating an additional 3 million jobs across the fish value chain in Nigeria. While saying this, I recognize the fact that insurance, like was mentioned before, owns banks in other parts of the world. So I don't see why we should not be thinking of investing some of the money that we have, particularly the net profit, in ventures like this. I won't quarrel with anybody building houses though, but you have a lot of potentials, and return investment is huge when it comes to the issue of marine and blue economy. The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy has shown its commitment to further developing the fishery and aquaculture and attracting investment into the sector by scoring a perfect 100% in the last Total Excluder Device exercise, which also means that the Department of Fishery and Aquaculture has achieved a significant opportunity for our aquaculture and fish to be transported and exported to all parts of the world, particularly European and American markets. Maritime security. Maritime security is another top priority for us. While the Deep Blue project has been recognized by international organizations for its efficiency in Nigeria, we are continuously striving to enhance it further. Our current efforts include leveraging on technology to drive maritime safety and security, to increase efficiency and effectiveness in our waterways. We recognize that maritime security is the cornerstone of all our maritime infrastructure endeavors, and as such, we are committed to continue to improve on Deep Blue project and make it more robust and finding new ways to achieve maritime calmness in our blue and brown waters. Emerging industries. Opportunities exist in untapped areas like seabed mining, offshore renewable energy. My brother has spoken to that, with international partners sustainably harness these resources, and create avenues for economic growth and job creation. Nigeria is positioned for an exciting future in the maritime sector, with a clear vision, a comprehensive action plan, and a commitment to public-private partnership. Insurance in blue economy. Considering the potential of blue economy to serve as a significant driver of economic growth and sustainable development, it is exposed to various risks from public and private contracts, tariffs, local and international regulations, natural disasters, climate change. Hence, the importance of veritable insurance framework in mitigating these risks and fostering growth and development of the sector. Insurance plays a vital role in the blue economy space, ensuring risk mitigation, covering traditional maritime risks like hull and cargo damage, liability and piracy, addressing emerging risks like sea level rise, extreme weather events, and ocean acidification, and protecting investment in innovative technologies like offshore renewable energy and aquaculture. It also plays an important role in creating a good enabling environment for investment by fostering investors' confidence, by ensuring against risk in the maritime space, thereby attracting investment to the sector, facilitating access to finance for sustainable ocean-based projects, incentivizing sustainable practices by offering lower premiums to businesses with strong environmental and social performance, and supporting ecosystem services by protecting and restoring maritime ecosystem by covering losses from natural disasters and pollution. Marine insurance is a type of insurance that covers losses or damages incurred at sea or in land, waterway. It provides financial protection for ships, cargo, and other property involved in maritime trade. Marine insurance is an indispensable tool for the shipping industry, providing financial protection against a wide range of risks. It ensures the smooth operation of global trade by mitigating potential losses and liabilities. The marine insurance subsector is a significant part of the global insurance market. As of 2023, the global marine insurance market was valued at approximately $33.9 billion and is projected to reach $45.2 billion by 2032, growing at a rate of 3.2% per annum. This growth is driven by factors such as the increasing volume of international trade, the rise in the frequency and severity of natural disasters, and the growing need for comprehensive coverage due to geopolitical tensions. What is clear is that the growth of the marine insurance industry is closely tied to the growth of the blue economy in Nigeria. While my ministry has commenced the country's journey towards expanding the scope of economic activities in this sector, what should be of immediate concern is the need to address the issues of financial capacity and other challenges negatively impacting the marine insurance subsector in Nigeria. We need to build up our capacity to be able to absorb the kind of risk that is involved in marine and blue economy. I will just use this platform to highlight on some of the aspects of marine insurance in shipping, where the issue is this: I'm addressing experts. So when I look at this paper and they're talking about hull insurance, cargo insurance, liability insurance, I don't know how I will be addressing this august audience by telling them what they already know. So risk mitigation, natural disasters, covers losses due to hurricane, earthquake, tsunami, and other natural calamities. Well, I'm not too conversant with what is happening now. I don't know whether covers now, include natural disasters. I don't know, but in advanced countries of the world, they actually have provisions for things like that. Accident protects against collision, grounding, fires, and other accidents at sea. Theft and piracy provides coverage for losses due to theft, robbery, or piracy attacks. General average covers losses incurred to save the ship, cargo, or crew from a common peril. Well, pardon me, this paper is not necessarily meant for the expert alone. Facilitating trade, confidence building. Marine insurance instills confidence in shippers and buyers, encouraging international trade. Risk transfer. By transferring risk to insurers, shipping companies can focus on their core business. Financial stability. It helps maintain financial stability in the shipping industry, reducing the impact of unforeseen losses. Compliance with regulations. Mandatory insurance like motor and some other insurance, many jurisdictions require ships to be adequately insured to comply with maritime regulations. Contractual obligations. Shipping contracts often stipulate specific insurance requirements. It is instructive to know the complex and dynamic nature of the marine environment makes risk assessment a challenge, coupled with emerging issues like climate change, with its attendant effect on marine assets and operation. Others are near risks, such as the cyber attacks and geopolitical tensions stakeholders need to understand and address. These challenges provide opportunities for innovative insurance solutions like parametric insurance, which involves triggering payouts based on predetermined parameters, such as wind speed or rainfall, or making it ideal climate-related risk. Others are blue bonds, which is debt instrument linked to specific marine conservation or sustainable development projects, often with insurance components to mitigate risk and provision of affordable insurance coverage to small-scale fishers and coastal communities, thereby helping them manage risk and build resilience. By addressing these challenges and leveraging innovative solutions, the insurance industry can play a vital role in shaping a sustainable blue economy. By connecting the knots of risk, investment, and sustainability, insurance can ensure a prosperous and resilient future of our oceans. I thank you for listening. God bless you.
As the Honorable Minister steps down, can we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for taking our time to be with us. Thank you. Let's be seated. We just announced that we have a second paper, but we'll take that after tea, which is on renewed hope for food security through insurance by Professor Ayo Omotayo DG NIPS Guru Jos. That paper will be coming after tea. But for now, before the Honorable Minister leaves, we'll have the photograph, the group photograph. Everybody in the front seat, please, let's rise and come over here. And I would like to invite the chairman of NIA too to please join us here. You are not seated in front, but you are an eminent person. Please join us here as we have the photograph, please. Photographers, where would you want them to be? Up, okay. Please, our past presidents, please. As we have them, they'll be moving to this door just in front of us there. That's where you're having your tea, that door over there. The man wearing suit will lead you to the place over there. The rest of us across the curtain. Okay, board members, please join the group moving to the other room. Board members, please. Board members. But the rest of us at the back of the curtain, please have your tea. We have 25 minutes to do this. We need to leave. Huh? We have 2 serving points over there. Take your tea. We have 25 minutes to do this. We need to vacate here by 3 o'clock so that we can reset for dinner.
That's of a screen, to monitor everybody and to answer on you, mama monitor.